Today's featured leafy vegetable is red leaf. Red leaf, although I washed it so vigorously, a lot of the top leaves I washed right off of it. I was washing it so vigorously, so you're not getting much of the red, seeing much of the red here. But these are 2 medium loaves of red leaf lettuce. And this is high in vitamins A, especially, and K, especially. And it's also got C and some B complex, amino acids, virtually no calories and no fat. So I really can't give it any high grades for the omegas, but a lot of nutrition nevertheless, as all his cousins and sisters, sister lettuces. But, you know, in no way is it going to compete with romaine. But you see, again, I feel that every vegetable, every green, they all have their specific nutrient profiles, and I believe that those profiles work uniquely to assist the functions of our body to create a healthy scenario throughout. You know, that's why I'm a firm believer in the variety. Like there's 7 days a week, I'm going to juice a different leafy vegetable every day. I'm not going to juice the same old, let's say, spinach. Oh, spinach has got, it's a complete food. George, thank you. Yes, that's right. Spinach is a complete food. You drink it every day. But you know what? You're not getting the variety, and you're not getting the specific, unique nutrient profiles that I'm talking about. You see? So, I believe there's somewhere in the body specifically for this nutrient profile is going to go right there and take care of business. So, this is, again, a video for beginners. And it's a video in a series of videos of juicing leafy vegetables. I was going to say green leafy vegetables, but sometimes there's purple and other colors, like today. Now, this vegetable also is not too fibrous. So, you're going to have some difficulty with the juicing of it if you don't take your time. You know, it's again putting these leaves in too fast. I don't know. I would assume that the centrifugal is going to juice this more appropriately. But we're getting a lot of juice out of this. There's a lot of water in this. And again, it's filtered through the growing of the vegetable itself. The water has been filtered through it. So another thing I do sometimes, I use a helper, a fibrous helper, to help bring another item through the mechanism. So in this case, you throw some apple in there. To help the processing. So we'll go put a leaf in, an apple in. Two leaves in an apple. Tricks, little tricks you learn along the way. And again, I would not recommend a masticating juicer for a beginner, because it's going to take more patience to use this than the centrifugal juicer, where you just go boom, zoom, and it's all done already. We'd be out of here. It'd be cleaned, and we'd already drank the juice by now. So, but this juicer has its pros, just as the centrifugal juicer has its cons. You learn as you go along. And this juicer here is more expensive than a centrifugal juicer. So it's another reason you're going to go out, get started, you buy yourself a decent centrifugal juicer. It's going to cost, I don't know, $150 or something. This here you're going to run into almost $300. So it's like twice the cost. And later on, when you want to, maybe you want to have a masticating juicer for some purpose other than speed and convenience, although this is very convenient and easy to clean and all that. Let's get this poison off of here. Get that poison off. Only reason it's poison is that this is a conventional vegetable as opposed to an organic vegetable. Organic, you put the whole thing in there. But conventional vegetables, we gotta shave off that nutrient-rich skin because it's embedded with pesticides, herbicides, and other garbage. So there's so much poison on these that I actually wash beforehand. I wash this with soap and water so that the poisons don't get on my skin as I'm touching it after I shave it. All right, you understand? Don't take much to understand, but our produce in this country, heavily toxified. And you know, the worst thing about it is that toxins are very hard to get out of the body. Very difficult once you get them in there. And they say people are fat because they have eating fatty foods or carbohydrates, all this nonsense out there. The reason they're fat is because they have toxins in their body, in their fat tissue. The liver doesn't know what to do with toxins. So what does it do? It's going to store it in fat tissue. And once it's in the fat tissue, that's what makes it so hard to get rid of that fat. Because of that, the toxins within the cells of that fat tissue, the body does not recognize that nonsense, so it's going to, let me get out of here. So, but there are ways to chelate those toxins out of your body. There are natural ways to chelate, pull out by other types of nutrients as antioxidants that will neutralize the free radicals, get them out of our bodies. And there's no way better than fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables with the enzymes and all the phytonutrients, flavonoids, carotenoids, all these elements that are going to help to free your body from the toxins and, of course, the free radicals. So, at this point, we're going to pour some of this in the mason jar. I don't want to use that word mason. We'll just use the word bowl jar. You'll notice as you go through the internet, YouTube, you're going to see all these health nuts out there drinking their super duper health drinks not out of a 8-ounce glass. Most of them will be drinking their health drinks out of a 32-ounce bowl jar. Yeah. The preferred vessel of a health nut. A juicing smoothie health nut. Yeah, because the more you do this, you get dragged in, actually. So that's what I'm going to say. The best way you want to start turn your life around, you want to go to a healthy lifestyle, geez, I'd have to say, first thing you're going to do, other than start drinking more water, first thing you should go out, the one tool you're going to buy yourself is a juicer. You already have a blender. You could start right now, every single one of you, like I say, if you're watching this and you haven't done this before, you're just trying to change your life to a healthy lifestyle, the best thing you can do is go up in that closet and get out that dusty old blender you got up there, because that blender will actually make your smoothies. A run-of-the-mill blender is good enough to start with. So right now you can actually go to the store, buy some pineapples, do it with the fruit first. Maybe buy yourself one of those tubs of already washed greens. Then buy like a pineapple, some melons and fruit and stuff. And go and mix them up in your blender and blend them up and drink that, and you're going to be started. You'll be on the road. And like I said, it's addicting. It will suck you in. The more you do it, the more you're going to acquire a taste and a lust and a compassion for this. And then somewhere up the road, you can't wait for the day that you're going to go out and buy yourself a juicer. Go out and buy that centrifugal juicer. And then you're, okay. At that point, you're going to become obnoxious to people around you that are not too enthused with a healthy lifestyle. And you know what? There, in fact, is going to be your biggest obstacle of all down the road to a healthy lifestyle and vibrant health. It's going to be the people who are friends and family that are going to contradict you every step you take along that road. They're not going to want to hear it. They're not going to want to hear, don't try to take the meat out of my mouth. It'll be just like that. It's be like you're trying to take the meat out of their mouth as they're eating it. You're trying to stop them from eating their junk foods, their McDonald's, and all that stuff. And there's going to be controversy, but don't let it get to you. The best bet is, keep it to yourself, ignore it. You got to ignore it because And another thing, you can't blame them. You know what? This is the way they were brought up. I was brought up, well actually I was lucky enough, at least the food was wholesome for a lot of us. Brought up, our mothers made us wholesome meals as we were growing up. This is just, then all of a sudden it got into the TV dinners, and then, you know, the families weren't making enough money, so the mothers had to go out and work. Women, wouldn't they love to? Hey, they figured, I'm liberated. You know, I'm a liberated woman, I'm going to go out and work, and then they go out and work, and they buy themselves a car. But meanwhile, the kids are coming home from school, and there's no one home in the house, and there's no one at home making or creating a nice, wholesome dinner from scratch. Of course, okay, say the mother gets home at 5 o'clock, she's going to start to try to make herself a wholesome meal. What time at night are you going to eat, you know? It takes time to make good, wholesome meals. I was lucky. My mom and my father both cooked wholesome meals most of my life. A lot of times I got home from school early, and I tell you, I had to hit the TV dinners because I was hungry. Okay, so here we have it. Red leaf lettuce juice. Oh yeah, totally awesome.